right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen from all across the globe. Welcome to our Thursday night. Um, Thursday nights, we do a generic marketing training. So it doesn't matter what you are marketing. We aim to bring you value so that you ultimately get more leads, get more sales, and get more recruits for whatever it is that you are marketing. Now, we are going to talk about, and as we talk about tonight's case study, excuse me for clearing my throat in your ear, we are going to talk about an amazing tool that has just launched. I've been a part of a beta test for 3 years, and it actually launched about 4 or 5 weeks ago, this particular tool that we call RAS. It was promoting a specific offer at the time, and unfortunately that offer just hasn't quite lived up to the billing. And so what happened last week is Raz dropped that particular offer and really became what I was, what I've wanted, so long wanted, a generic tool or resource that can assist any marketer marketing anything. A generic tool or resource that can assist any marketer marketing anything. And so tonight we're going to go over a case study. We're going to look at something that a marketer sent me. It's going to jump out at you because it's either something that maybe you've done. I'm not going to ask if you've done this before or not. If so, you're going to know, you don't want to do this. But then it's going to allow you to spot when other marketers are making the same mistake so that you can bring value to them. And in bringing value to them, they will start to like you and respect you and trust you and potentially do business with you, buy from you, join you, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, before I get into the meat of the training, I want to do a quick poll. And this is going to allow me to understand my audience here. And so I need everyone, if you would, to vote for me. You'll see things popping up on the screen. All right, so they refer to me as the funnel doc, or doc for short. Some people call me the lyrical miracle, and you might just hear some lyrical miracleness sometime this evening. All you have to do is click the radio button. If this is the first time that you're on a webinar with yours truly, then click yes. If this is not the first time, then click no. Do me a favor, let's get everyone voting. Let's get everyone voting, please. Right now, we've only got 40% of you voting. Come on, come on, come on. We're gonna give you value, I promise you. Okay, all right, there we go. Numbers are moving up, numbers are moving up, numbers are moving up. All right, we're gonna give it 5 more seconds. I'm starting to see some yeses now. Yes, this is the first time that that you've been on our webinar. Okay, fantastic. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let me welcome those of you that are here for the very first time, and prayerfully you will make Thursday night a mainstay, because we'll provide valuable content to help you build whatever your business is every Thursday night. Okay, I've got a couple more polls here, and then we're going to get into the training. Give me a moment here. That's closed. Okay, now this one is going to ask if you currently have our RAS platform. And I would expect quite a bit of no's here because it is a very new platform. It's been tested for several years, but it's a new platform. So let's get everybody voting real quickly. Either you have it now or you don't. Either you have it now or you don't. You've got the RAS platform, yes or no. Let's get everybody voting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was interesting. It's about 50-50. Okay. A couple more things here real quickly. All right. As it relates to the time that you can commit to building your business, whatever it is that you're promoting, doesn't matter what you're promoting, the time that you can commit to building your business on a daily basis. Now, when I say daily basis, I'm talking about what you consider a business day. If there's a day, maybe there's a day that maybe you're a person of faith and maybe you don't do business on that day, that you honor, your worship experience or what have you. So that we wouldn't count that. But any day that you're doing business, this is going to ask how much time are you willing to commit per day in hours to build your business. Okay, so less than 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4 hours or more. I just want to get a sense, because what I'm going to share with you is something that I want you to begin to really starting to spot, so that you can bring value to folks. And obviously, if you can spend, okay, I want to see, most of you are saying a good amount of time. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so only like 1% of you said less than an hour. And I'll show this one, and then we'll get started. Okay, so most of you are saying 4 hours plus. Wow. Okay. And so then you've got 47% saying 4 hours plus. If you add the folks that said 3 hours, so you got, what is that, 55% of you saying I can spend at least 3 hours a day in my business. If we look at the folks who can do the 2 hours and the 3 or the 4, so you got 47 to 65. So the majority of you are saying I can spend a couple of hours a day. Some of you are saying I can spend 3. Some of you are saying I can spend 4. Working in and on my business. Now, for those of you that can't spend that much time right now, that's okay. All right, I'm going to share with you this case study, and then you can spend whatever time that you have on beginning to spot what we're going to talk about. Now, the next thing I want you to do, and then we're going to get into the training, in your questions box, I want you to open it up, and I want you to let me know the offers that you are currently promoting. Maybe it's a network marketing offer, maybe it's 2 or 3 of them, maybe it's an affiliate offer or what have you. Let me know in your questions box the offers that you are currently promoting. And I might need to get rid of this first. Uh-oh. Hold on. Bear with me. What happened here? I want to. Oh no, we're fine. Okay. So let me just really quickly. Let me just jump over, look at the questions box, and see some of the things that you good folks are promoting. Now, when we come on these webinars, we are not here to promote any specific network marketing company or what have you. We will talk about RAS and how RAS is going to help you get more leads, more sales, more recruits for whatever your offer happens to be. Now, we are going to do a case study tonight. Give me a moment. Okay, we are going to do a case study tonight, and in that case study, it is going to talk about a specific offer because of the case study. Please understand, I'm not endorsing that offer. I'm not saying it's a good offer or a bad offer. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it or what have you. We're just going to be providing a case study. So let's go to work right here. Okay. All right. So now our webinar objective tonight is to share with you the #1 sales algorithm that's going to assist you in generating more leads, more sales, more recruits, and ultimately more money for your business. So, for instance, Charles is promoting 7K medals, and Cristiano's promoting Likes XL. We've got a few folks like Rosita's not promoting anything. That's okay, because you'll actually be able to use our tool to reach a lot of marketers. And even if you don't have anything on the back end to promote, that's okay, because you could actually generate a 6, perhaps in time a 7-figure income just from sharing the tool. All right, we'll talk about that, okay? Somebody's promoting weight loss, and Huey's got some travel things going on, and Giselle has, wow, she's got travel and gaming and mobile apps and some type of membership program. See, so the point is that someone's doing Talk Fusion. Again, when I'm mentioning these, I'm not promoting them. I'm not endorsing them. I'm not saying they're good or bad or indifferent or anything like that. I'm just reading off the list, and there's a lot more of you that are promoting things. Okay, so now here's the thing. What we want to do is we want to help you generate more leads for your Talk Fusion business. We want to help you generate more sales for your 25DL. Don't know what that means. Never seen that before, but somebody's promoting it. Want to help you generate more recruits. If your Purium, I believe is how you say that. All right. If that is a network marketing type business where you are looking to build a team. We want to help you get more recruits for that offer. And ultimately, no matter what you are promoting, we want to help you make more money in your business. Now, our ultimate objective is to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income across multiple niches. All right, now this is important. When I first got into this industry back in 1994, network marketing industry, I've been in the network marketing / MLM space since 1994, with the exception of about a 2-year hiatus. But in any event, when I first got into the industry, we were taught to only focus on one offer. All right. Back then, the internet was certainly not a big player. 1994, the internet was really we were just starting to learn about the internet. Okay. Well, that's different now that we've got the internet. If you learn how to build, all right, if you learn how to market, that's what I wanted to say. See, if you don't know how to market, make a note of this. If you don't know how to market, it doesn't matter what you're marketing. So people go from deal to deal to deal, shiny object to shiny object, thinking that the compensation plan or the product or the service is going to be the thing that turns it around for them. And the reality is none of that stuff is going to turn around if you don't know how to market. It doesn't matter how great the compensation plan is, how much they pay out, what the structure is. Doesn't matter if it's a raise Lazarus from the dead wellness product or if it's a shed 25 pounds while you sleep weight loss product. That won't matter if you don't know how to market, but the reverse of that is also true. Once you understand, once you learn how to market, guess what? It doesn't matter what you're marketing. So you could be like Giselle and have 17 different things that you are marketing. Ultimately, we want you to have multiple streams of income. So if one stream dries up, it doesn't impact how you take care of your family on a monthly basis because you've got multiple streams. And we want to have multiple niches. Why? Because some niches are hot for a minute, maybe a year or 2 or 3 or 4, and then they cool off. And so you want to have multiple streams of income across multiple niches so you ultimately have the financial and the time freedom to hotly pursue the passions of your heart. I doubt that most of us are marketing because we are 100% passionate about it. Most of us are probably marketing as a means to an end. We want to make a certain amount of money, and in making that certain amount of money, that allows us now to really hotly pursue the things that we are really passionate about. Speaking of that, I think I missed one poll question. I want to bring that up. I want to get a sense of what your dream monthly income is. Let's put that up real quickly. Everybody vote real quickly, and then we'll get back to training. Dream monthly income. Less than $1,000, 1,000 to 4,999, 5,000 to 999, 10,000, 50,000 or more. Let me just see what your dream monthly income is. Your dream monthly income. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's get everybody voting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's amazing. This never ceases to amaze me because I get the same numbers every time we do this. All right. And typically what happens is if you look between 10,000 and 50,000, what is that? 80%. All right. So 80% of you want to make some real money. All right. 10,000 to 50,000. And that's not to say that anybody who wants to make less than that doesn't want to make real money. Maybe you just don't believe in that just yet because maybe you've been, beating around online trying to make money and it just hadn't worked for you. That's okay. All right, so good. Let's get back to training. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So now you know what our overall objective is. Now I'm going to hit this real quickly. There's 5 main reasons that marketers fail. They don't invest in themselves. You want to always be working on your business, not just in your business, meaning working on you. I've never met a long-term successful marketer or entrepreneur who hasn't had a commitment to personal development, spiritual growth, something along that line. So you really want to take a minimum of 15 to maybe 30 minutes a day, whether it's reading good books, listening to good audios, watching content maybe on YouTube of someone that really resonates with you. I know I know Ethel Gibbs is a part of our community, and she often talks about something that she watched or heard that day. I know she's a big Les Brown fan. Find that person or persons that resonate with you, that help stretch you, not just rah-rah stuff. Okay, many of us need a reset in our subconscious programming. We weren't a program for success. Many of us were programmed to almost shun success. We would hear about people that were wealthy, and we would start saying stuff like, or we would hear people say stuff like, "This person was filthy rich." Well, if you hear that over and over and over again, guess what? Subconsciously, not consciously, subconsciously, you have a little resistance to becoming wealthy or having financial success, because, my gosh, if you become successful, then you might be one of those filthy rich folks, as opposed to being fabulously wealthy. So we've got to reset our subconscious programming. Most people don't have a funnel-based system. Most people don't have a responsive list. We're going to talk about this responsive list here. Most people have poorly constructed offers. I'm going to share that in our case study where someone had a poorly constructed offer. And it wasn't that the offer isn't good, all right? I'm not here to talk about whether or not this offer is a good offer or a bad offer, but the way that it was framed, the way that it was presented was poorly done, all right? And some of us have done the same thing, all right? So we're going to be repenting of our marketing sins tonight and seeking absolution. And then I want you to be able to spot when you see someone that's promoting really incorrectly, so that you can bring value to them. And in bringing value to them, they now start to like you, respect you, and trust you, and ultimately maybe even do business with you, okay? And then most people don't know how to get quality traffic, get people that are visiting their site. And not just getting people that's visiting their site, but people that, again, are quality. So one of the things we want to do tonight is take what we're going to learn tonight and be able to leverage that in the marketplace, so that we are able to bring value to other marketers. Okay, so here is the case study. All right, so this has happened today, but this happens a lot. So maybe it happened yesterday. All right, so someone emailed me about their particular offer. And notice, this was the email. This was, I don't remember what the, I think this was the subject line. All right, is your money losing interest? That's what they had in the subject line. Well, actually, that was a pretty compelling subject line. So I opened it up. All right, and so here's their email to me. I blanked out their last name. It says, it might be time to look at cryptocurrency. Now, if you're not familiar with cryptocurrency, maybe you've heard of Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin was really like the first major cryptocurrency, and now there's a whole bunch of them out there. Bitcoin is still the biggest one, however, okay? I'm not here to talk about what Bitcoin is or is not, but it's another niche in the home business space. There are a few network marketing companies now that feature some type of cryptocurrency offer. Maybe they have their own coin, or maybe you're doing something that they call mining. Don't worry about what that means. That's just ways that those that are in cryptocurrencies are able to generate cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin or what have you. All right, so person says, look at these videos and get back to me for more information. And then they provide, you can see here, they provided 2 YouTube links. Now, let me stop for just a moment. I want to make this as interactive as possible. In your questions box, let me know, have you ever seen something like this before, where someone either emailed you, they Skyped you, they Facebooked you, and they just sent you to, let's say, a YouTube link? If you've seen that before, in your questions box, put a Y for yes. You've seen that before. Okay? You've seen that before. Okay? All right. All right, a bunch of Y's. All right, a bunch of Y's. Okay, now let me ask another question. We can stop with the with the yeses on that one. They keep coming in. Okay. All right. Now let me ask another question. I will not call your name out. I promise you. I'm not going to embarrass anybody. I'm not going to call your name out. If you have ever done anything like that, where you sent someone an email, a Skype, a Facebook, you wanted them to take a look at your offer, and you sent them to a YouTube video that was not your YouTube video. You sent them to a YouTube video that was not your YouTube video. If you've ever done that, all right, then put M for me. I'm not going to call your name out. I promise you I won't, okay? If you've ever done that, I won't call your name out. A lot of M's, a lot of M's, a lot of folks will say, yep, I've done that. Okay, so, okay, we can stop the M's. All right, so now, here's the first thing. Now, so this was, let's see, what else did they have? Okay, so at the end of the email, all right, so you can see here's that YouTube link. And of course, since they sent it via email, they sent it to my Gmail account, then it's going to show the two links that they put there. And then they said you can reach me at, and they put an email address there. I blanked that out. And that's out, their name Tony. All right, so now, someone tell me before I get into this, all right, so I want you to take a look at this very closely. Look at everything on the screen. Look at everything on the screen, okay? Obviously, we know this is here. Someone very quickly, in your questions box, tell me, what do you see that is a mistake? And it could be multiple mistakes. What mistake do you see that this marketer is making? Talk to me in the questions box. What mistake? All right, someone said they jumped right to the selling. Someone said no lead capture. Now, how do we know there's no lead capture? Because they're sending us directly to a YouTube video. All right, very good. Very astute of you. All right, because they're sending us directly to a YouTube video. What else? Let's say no landing page. All right, so landing page, another way, a lot of times people refer to a landing page as the lead capture page or squeeze page. A lot of times those have they mean the same thing, okay? Someone said not enough information. Someone said not personal. Someone said sending people to YouTube. Cristiano, why is that a problem? Talk to me, Cristiano, since you said that. Why is that a problem, sending someone directly to YouTube? Someone said no warm-up. Theo. Theo says sending someone to somebody else's YouTube. Very interesting, Theo. Okay. Ned is saying, hey, look, they're sending me a YouTube link. That's going to take me to research it. All right. Well, we may find something. There may be something that the prospect finds that we don't want them to find. All right. Okay. So good. Does anybody else see anything else? Look at the entire screen. Do you see anything else? YouTube belongs to another person. They can Google other recruiters that they may like. Excellent. There you go. Who was that? Eldridge. Now, maybe somebody else said this, but this is the first person I see that saw it. A lot of comments are coming in. Eldridge said, BCC. BCC. In other words, what this tells me is that this is a marketer who does not have their own list. Or if they have a list, they certainly aren't doing a good job of building their list, because if they have a list, then what they should have sent me to is something that allowed them to capture the lead. All right. Right now, they've done nothing to capture the list. The other thing this tells me is they're sending out a BCC, is that they don't have a list. So as a leader, someone who's made some money in this industry, somebody who's developed 5-7-figure businesses, right away, this tells me this marketer is online, is struggling. Now, it doesn't mean that they haven't made money in the industry. I know plenty of marketers that have done exceptionally well offline, but now coming online and starting to develop the online mobile marketing skill set is a challenge for them. So they may still be making really good money, doing the belly-to-belly, face-to-face, three-way conference call, hotel meeting, home party type of thing. But then when they come online, they really don't know the methods in building online. The principles of building online are the same as they are building offline, but the methods are radically different. Okay, so really good. I think that was Eldridge. Really good. The BCC, that is a telltale sign that this is the person who is struggling in marketing, because they would not be sending out a BCC. They would either that I would already be in their list, and they would be sending out an email that would automatically go to everyone that's in their email list, or they wouldn't have been sending me directly to a YouTube video, particularly if it's not their YouTube video. They would have been sending me to something where they could capture the lead. Okay, now, so how about we go to these 2 YouTube videos and see what they are promoting? Because many of you said, I've done this before. Okay, don't do this again. All right. And number 2, so many of you said, yes, I've seen this before. I see it in my emails almost on a daily basis. I see it in Facebook almost on a daily basis. When somebody's pitching me, somebody's pitching you, we want to be able to spot this. And then ultimately, we want to be able to provide some value when someone does something like this. Okay, so first, I want you to understand, this is a huge mistake. The BCC, huge mistake. We want to have some type of lead capture mechanism, whether it's email-based, whether it's mobile marketing-based. I prefer both. Okay, most of my effort and energy now is going towards mobile marketing because that's far more responsive. All right, and we never want to do this. All right, so now let's click on the link and let's go to these two links here. Okay. All right, and again, I'm not here to promote the offer. I'm not here to make any judgments, good or bad, about the offer. So this was the first video in the email. All right, so they are promoting OneCoin, which again is a cryptocurrency offer. Now, what's very interesting is as we take a look at this, all right, there was nothing here that suggested to me that the person that sent me this email, Tony, that this is his YouTube channel. There's nothing that suggested it's his YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, give me a moment. All right, so there's nothing to suggest to me. All right, actually, the person whose channel this is a person named Andy. All right, so now look at what Tony has just done. Number 1, Tony is leading with the offer. All right, so let's look at this. Tony is leading with the offer. Now, up until recently, most of us really didn't have many other options. We don't want to lead with our offer. We don't want to lead with our offer. Let's call it, this is a network marketing company, OneCoin. All right, so let's call it our network marketing offer, our affiliate offer. We don't want to lead with that. We don't want to lead with that. Now, in your questions box, someone tell me why. Oh, BCC means blind carbon copy. All right, blind carbon copy. So when Tony sent this email, all right, he had some people that he got their email addresses. And give me a moment. Give me a moment. Bear with me. Okay, so let's say I wanted to send an email. I'll send one to myself here. All right, so let's say I wanted to send an email. I'm just going to put in A. There's somebody there, and there's somebody there, and there's somebody there, and there's somebody there. Okay, so now, if I send this a blind carbon copy, what will happen is these folks here won't see who else I sent this email to, okay? They won't see, so I could send this email to, you know, however many numbers, 10, 15, 20, whatever it happens to be, all right? That's a blind carbon copy email. These folks, I can send that email out to multiple people, but these people don't know who I sent it to. However, in the messaging, it's going to let you know if the message that was sent to you was a blind carbon copy message. That's what this is right here. So this says this message was sent to me. It was sent to other people. Don't know who those other people were. But what this tells me as a marketer is that Tony is using BCC as opposed to sending this out to his email list, or as opposed to sending this out to his SMS text list, which then probably means that he doesn't have a list. And your responsive list outside of yourself, you being your most important asset, Your responsive list is your second most important asset, not the offer, because the offers will change from time to time. We were promoting an offer since the mid part of June. And, after almost 6 months, that offer just did not turn out to do what they said they were going to do. All right. So if my focal point is simply on the offer, and then 6 months down the road, you say, shoot, the offer, has let me down, then guess what? You're in trouble. Well, guess what happened during that time frame that we were promoting that offer? We were building our list. All right. We built our list to several thousands of additional folks as we talked about that offer, but we would have people to opt into something. So we built our list to several thousands of folks. So even though the offer, I'm no longer actively promoting it, I've got my eye on it just in case they happen to get their ducks in a row. All right. But if they never do, guess what? I've got a new list now of multiple thousands of folks. Now, when people opted into that particular list, I committed that I was not going to send out any personal referral links to that list, because we had a lot of people promoting that offer that got people to opt into our list so that we could provide value to all of them. And I've held true to that. But the bottom line is, I now have a following that I didn't have 6 months ago, or I should say I have a larger following 6 months ago, because we didn't just lead in with the offer. All right. We led in with some type of lead capture mechanism. And so that's why it's important that you have a responsive list. So let's go back in our training here with this case study. All right. So now we don't want to lead with our offer. Now, up until recently, there really wasn't a lot of options for us. There are some companies out there. Somebody said they were promoting Talk Fusion. You could use a Talk Fusion as a tool or a resource that would help other marketers with some video marketing and video emails and things of that nature. But the reality is, Talk Fusion is also a network marketing company. What we really want to be able to do to maximize our reach, all right, is we want to lead with a generic tool or resource that any marketer can use to build their enterprise. If this was not available, a great tool or resource that gives you the opportunity to make a lot of money wasn't available until last week. When Raz first launched about 4 weeks ago, it was promoting a specific offer. That offer didn't quite do what they said they were going to do. And in retrospect, that's a good thing, because now Raz is what I really wanted her to be, which is a generic tool or resource that any marketer can use to build their enterprise. Now, why is this important? Okay. See, Tony's leading with his offer. His offer is in the cryptocurrency space. All right. So he goes to the marketplace. He sends out emails. He goes to the marketplace. He goes to Facebook and he connects with some leaders there. He goes to the marketplace. He buys traffic. Maybe he does some solo ads, or maybe he even does some pay-per-click advertising on Google or Yahoo or Bing. Maybe he does some Facebook paid advertising or Twitter paid advertising. Either way, he goes to the marketplace and he leads in with his cryptocurrency offer. Immediately, he has drastically reduced his pool of prospects. See, one thing we need to understand is that our target market as network marketers, MLMers, affiliate marketers, our target market is, or are, I don't know, how would you say that, is or are, either way. Our target market would be other marketers. Okay? See, when we were offline, the way I was taught offline was to fill out a memory jogger. In the memory jogger, we would list everybody that we knew, friends, family, people that we went to school with, people that we maybe worship with if you're a person of faith, people in the community, so on and so forth. All right. And so we'd fill out this list. Leaders would have us to fill out, a list of 100 folks. And the reality is, out of those 100 people, if you ever did this, 85% of those weren't entrepreneurial. 80 to 85% of them weren't looking for any type of network marketing or affiliate marketing or anything like that. Okay. So really our target market are other marketers. Well, we don't have to get into this discussion about, is this them, one of them their pyramids? Or, well, we've got to explain how the compensation works. And, you're sitting on the top of the matrix. You're sitting on top of the binary. It's got to be one of them there. We don't want to get into that crap. All right. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. So why don't we simply focus our efforts on other marketers that have already bought into making money online, have already bought into making money from home, have already bought into network marketing or affiliate marketing. But now here's what we have to understand. These other marketers are already marketing other things in many cases. All right, these other marketers are already marketing other things. All right, so now with Tony, the only people he's going to appeal to right now are marketers that are interested in cryptocurrencies. So now somebody who's into weight loss, somebody who's into nutrition, someone who's into electricity, if they don't know anything about cryptocurrencies and that's not something that moves them, guess what? It doesn't matter how many leads he gets to promote cryptocurrencies to. Doesn't matter how many people are in his list to promote cryptocurrencies to. Okay? He's leading with this offer, and it will, if he had a list of 10,000 folks, by leading with his specific offer, he's going to radically reduce the a number of people that would be interested in that niche. Okay? But the same thing is true with other niches. Now, there are some other niches that have a wider appeal. Travel has a very wide appeal. I mean, think about it. If money was no object, what would you like to do more of? Most people would like to travel more. So that has a wider appeal than, let's say, cryptocurrencies. But you still limit your target market. Why? Because even if you were in travel, which has a wider appeal than cryptocurrencies, but somebody else is in weight loss, somebody else is in nutrition, all right, they feel as strongly maybe about their nutritional offer, their weight loss offer, than you do about your cryptocurrency offer or your travel offer. And so then what starts to happen when you lead in with your offer as the lead in, then you start having conversations like, well, hey, how about you take a look at my weight loss offer? All right, so now I send him back a weight loss offer. And then it becomes a shouting match. It becomes, my daddy can beat your daddy. My daddy can beat your daddy. No, he can't. No, he can't. Well, just watch and see. Just watch and see. And then nobody gets anything out of that. You're not able to monetize that. Now, up to just a week or so ago, there weren't very many platforms that allowed you to lead with generic one, and that if the person did not buy your primary offer, did not join your primary business, you could still generate an amazing income. Sure, we could have told them, hey, why don't you go to Aweber or GetResponse and get an autoresponder. Here's my affiliate link for Aweber. Here's my affiliate link for GetResponse. Yes, you could have done that, but you wouldn't have made a lot of money doing that. So just up until recently, last week, there really wasn't a tool or resource that I felt like I could take to the marketplace, appeal to any marketer marketing anything, and even if they never joined my network marketing offer on the back end, I could still generate a 6 to 7 figure income by simply providing the tools and resources. By the way, in the gold rush, who made the most money? The people panning for gold, the people promoting a specific network marketing offer, or the people that offered the tools and the resources to the people panning for gold? The people that learned how to take a tool or resource and go to the marketplace at large and say, hey, I can help you get more leads. I can help you get more sales. I can help you get more recruits for your particular offer. Who made more money? The person panning for gold or the person providing the tools? If it was the person panning for gold, put a G in your questions box. If it was the person providing the tools and resources, put a T in your questions box. Who do you think made the most money? There you go. There you go. Okay? All right. Good, good. The people that have the tools. Now, up until last week, we really didn't there were some tools out there. There's a lead capture page software that I love. I use every day in my business. Yeah, I can refer people to that, and there's an affiliate a payout on that, and I could make some decent money. But I'm not going to get rich doing that. And then there, like I just mentioned, autoresponders. Yeah, I can make some ancillary income, but I'm not going to get rich. I'm not going to make 6 figures or 7 figures. And 80% of you said you want to make $10,000 a month or more. All right, this tool resource, I won't talk about the compensation with it. You'll be able, for those of you who don't have it, to go through our system and it will reveal all that. Could allow you to generate 6, 7 figures, even if nobody joined your offer. Okay, so let's get back to the case study. All right, so here's what happened. So he sends me, this is the first link he sends me to, right? All right, and this is somebody else's YouTube video on their YouTube channel, all right, not his. And look, they've got a CTA, a call to action, CTA, call to action, telling me to sign up at their site. So look at what Tony has just done. He has provided free advertising for the company and for another leader. And let me tell you what has likely happened. I don't know how many people Tony sent this out to, but it's likely that he's had very few, if any, people join him. But what could have happened is he could have promoted the offer, the name of the offer up front, even told people to go to this link. They go to the link, they find value, and whoever OneCoin Eagle happens to be, they could even do this after watching this video. Oh, this is very interesting. They might even do this. They might click on where it says OneCoin Eagle, which would take them to OneCoin Eagle's channel so they could look at other videos. Here, there's another video here that OneCoin Eagle put out. Here's another video. 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 Meanwhile, Tony hadn't sent me anything that has his information. He's sending me, he's promoting a company and some other leader. Now, he didn't know that. It's a mistake. But it's a mistake that so many marketers make. The second link that he sent me was this one right here. And so the same thing. Here's another presentation. All right. Different marketer. But this particular marketer, once again, has their information in here. I could click right here and look at other videos they have. And so what often happens in marketing now, ladies and gentlemen, is when you lead with your company's offer, the name of your company's offer, people will have a tendency to go to Google. Even without Tony telling me to, people will have a tendency to go to Google. All right. Matter of fact, why don't we do that? Let's go to Google and let's put in OneCoin. Okay. All right. So chances are Tony's not here. All right. So we've got here One Life homepage. Let's see what this is real quickly. All right. This appears to be somebody that not even this person who's in a really good position on Google is not marketing correctly. All right. There should be a lead capture page or what have you. All right. But if I went to Google to check this out, guess who I don't see here? I don't see Tony. I don't see Tony. I've got somebody here promoting their Facebook group. All right. So if I'm on Facebook, maybe I click on here, I go to Facebook and I check out the group or the fan page. And now all of a sudden I'm completely away from Tony. And unless I've done business with Tony before, unless he's a buddy of mine, if Tony's just somebody who happens to have my email address and he sent me this email and I've got no relationship with Tony, Tony's not provided any value to me, even if I decide to join OneCoin, And again, I'm not here to promote OneCoin or above any other opportunity. Even if I decided to join OneCoin, chances are I'm going to be at YouTube or I'm going to be at Google, and I'm going to be looking through. I'm going to go up here and put in OneCoin. Let's say I watch these videos, but these people don't quite resonate with me. All right, I'm going to go and I'm going to put in OneCoin. And I very well may find someone that resonates with me. All right, now how do I know this works for the leader? Not for Tony in this example, but for the leader. So here I am from June up until just recently. I'm promoting a specific offer. And man, I flooded YouTube. I had over 60 videos, over 130,000 video views. And before I started posting a lot of content on YouTube about that particular offer, I went to my email list first. All right. I got an immediate, in the first 2-3 days, I got an immediate, I got over 100 plus that registered just from my existing list. Okay. And then I didn't do any paid marketing, and I'm a big paid marketing fan. I didn't do any paid marketing because I was waiting for them to really launch, and before I put a lot of money into it, I wanted to make sure they were going to do what they said they were going to do. But I did do a lot of sweat equity. I wound up with over 60 YouTube videos ranking for that particular keyword of that particular company. And I got probably no less than 150 recruits just from my YouTube videos. 150 plus recruits from my YouTube videos. Now let me tell you what likely happened. What likely happened is a lot of marketers, not understanding how to market, started promoting. Maybe they didn't send someone to a YouTube channel, but they promoted their replicated webpage of that particular offer. And I know that Facebook got flooded with people doing a copy and post, all right, copy and paste. There was like a little messaging that some of the leaders came up with. All right. And people would post that to Facebook. They would post it to Facebook. They would post it to Facebook. And then guess what would happen? People would either go into Facebook to find out some groups or some fan pages, or they would come over here to YouTube, which is the second largest search engine in the world. All right. And guess who they found? They found me. They found me in all of my videos. And then some of them clicked on and they went through a whole bunch of videos that we connected with, and then they joined me. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not the way you want to promote your business. What tends to happen for those who are not YouTubers is when you do stuff like that, you're actually promoting the company. So now people know the name of the company. They now go and search on YouTube, and then they start sponsor shopping. The reality is, with that particular offer, okay, with that particular offer, the first couple weeks, I had the whole page was basically me and maybe a few of my teammates. All right, and then over time, other people started posting YouTube videos, and now, if you were to go to that particular offer, I won't mention the name of the offer, but if you were to go to that particular offer, a marketer came along that really not only understood YouTube, but he understood how to rank his videos so that they could get on the front page or the second page. And so now if you were to go check out that offer, he really dominates the first and second pages. So if a large percentage of marketers not knowing how to market were sending their links out to their particular offer, okay? People then say, oh, let me go check this thing out. Let me go over to YouTube. They go over to YouTube. They would have found me, or now they would find this guy dominating the homepage. And a lot of time leaders will say, hey, if you join me, this is what I can do for you. If you join me, join my team, we will do this. And so what winds up happening is this person is likely going to lose potential recruits, potential sales, which would mean money. Okay? All right. If you understand that, put a U in your questions box. I understand that. I get that. I understand that. I get that. Okay? All right, so we don't want to do that. All right, so now, let's see if there's anything else there. And I'm going to share with you my response to him. Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, all right. By the way, before we go into this, if you're getting value out of what we're sharing, put a V in your questions box, please. You're getting value. Fantastic. Okay? Fantastic. Okay. All right, so now, here was my response to him. Hey, buddy, got your email about OneCoin. All right? It was important that I put in the name of his offer as opposed to just saying, hey, buddy, got your email. Hey, buddy, got your email about OneCoin. So he knows that I've gotten his information about his specific offer. One way to build a responsive list is to speak the language of your prospect. This prospect, this marketer is speaking OneCoin. If this marketer was speaking Melaleuca, I would have said, got your email about Melaleuca. If this prospect was speaking about Paycation, I would have said, got your email about Paycation. Okay? All right? So this is what I said. There's something in your marketing that could be costing you recruits. There's something in your marketing that could be costing you recruits. By the way, we're recording this, so don't feel like you got to write all this out. All right? You can pick it up on the recording. For those of you who already have RAS, the beginning of the week, my plan is for you to actually have this kind of stuff in writing so that you could basically copy and paste when you are talking with other marketers, okay? All right, I say, if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a tip to make sure you are not losing recruits. Let me know if you're open for a tip. Now, why am I asking him? I'm asking him for permission for me to give him value. Because when I give him value, I then want to give him a call to action, okay? So instead of me saying, my daddy can beat your daddy, instead of me even saying, hey, man, you're screwing up, you need my tool, I'm simply saying, hey, there's something in your marketing. It could be costing you results. Now, I am really saying you're screwing up, and I didn't, but it doesn't come across that way. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you a tip to make sure you're not losing recruits. By the way, could you have this little message here saved on a Word document? And all you've got to do when you see someone emailing you or see someone Facebooking you with something like this, you just go and copy and paste and take out OneCoin and put in whatever the business happens to be. Okay? All right. So I want to see if this guy's responsive to me. That's why I asked him a question. But then I want his permission for me to be able to share a couple of ideas. All right, so now he comes back. He says, always willing to learn. Give me your tip. All right, now one thing I also noticed, when he sent the email, his email gives me his name as Anthony. And then, of course, his last name, I blanked that out. But when he ends the email, he ends it with Tony. So when I respond back to him, should I respond back to him as Anthony or should I respond back to him as Tony? You got it. I should respond back to him as Tony. Okay? All right. So now let me show you my response. All right. And it is a lengthy one, but this is something that you basically, I did this one time, and now for anyone who promotes this way, I can use this same messaging and just take out his company and insert their company, okay? All right, so here was the messaging that I sent to him. And by the way, I did this like right before the webinar in terms of sending this messaging out to him. So I don't know that he's responded just yet. I expect him to respond though, okay? All right, so here was my subject. Tips to help your OneCoin biz. All right, do you think he's more apt to open that? I'm not trying to pitch him on another deal. I want to give him tips for his OneCoin biz. So if he was in Paycation, tips to help your Paycation biz. If he was in Mary Kay, tips to help your Mary Kay biz. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so now I say, hey, Tony, not hey, Anthony. Hey, Tony. I say that he prefers to go by Tony. All right. Glad you're open to a couple of tips. All right. So, by the way, those of you who have RAS, you're going to get this next week, first for either Sunday or Monday. You'll have this. You'll be able to copy and paste it, and so on and so forth. All right. The biggest thing that jumps out at me is the fact that you're sending prospects directly to YouTube to hear more about OneCoin. So why is that a problem? Now, what we're doing is we're providing value. Okay, we're providing value, knowing that people do business with people they like, respect, and trust. Okay, while they are there, if they're interested, they are more apt to do some digging on YouTube about the company. The first thing I see now when I went, actually before I even looked at their YouTube, those other YouTube links, I saw when I just put in for OneCoin, this stood out to me. All right. By the way, this dude here is a bunch of garbage. All right. So if you see his stuff, he's a bunch of garbage. He is with there's a small list of people that are bloggers that hate on everything out there. Okay. They hate on any network marketing company. Everything is a scam to them. And what they do is, in his case, he knows how to rank to get on YouTube and Google on the front page. So if somebody's looking at OneCoin and they see this dude talking about OneCoin scam and they see he's got 44,000 views, they're likely to watch his stuff. Well, he's going to promote his blog. And on his blog, he's selling advertising. So the more visits he gets to his blog, the more money he can make and the more money he can command by selling advertising. There's a few of these folks out there like that. I wouldn't even go to their sites, all right? But I'll give you one. Horrible. Behind MLM. Horrible. 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 I've never seen a post of theirs that talk even remotely positive about any company in our space. And that person doesn't like me. They've featured me several times. They've called me this and that and that and this. And I remember I was in the airport on my way. My wife and I were doing some traveling. We were going, I think, to Chile. And while we were in the airport, that dude from that particular site said some just nasty things about me as if he knew me. And I posted back on the blog. I said, look, dude, you're talking about me like you know me. And most of what you're saying is just, there's no truth to it at all. How about we do this? All right, this is what I typed on this blog. How about we do this? How about we schedule a webinar? You can ask me any question you want to ask me. We record it. You can have it for your subscribers. I can have it for my subscribers. 10 minutes later, my post got erased. He's not interested. People like this dude, they're not interested in being journalists. They're interested in crapping on stuff because negative attention or negative news spreads faster than positive news. And then all of a sudden you start going to his blog thinking that whatever he's saying about what have you is the gospel truth. Crap. That's what I think about this dude right here, even though he's got a beautiful bald head like me. Okay? All right, so be careful. But my whole point in saying this is if you sent someone, or by sending this person to YouTube, if they wanted to go through and start checking things out, the first thing they see is someone saying it's a scam. So even if they had been interested before, they might now have pause. Then there was another guy down here. All right. He says OneCoin is a scam, 100% proof. Then when I watched the video, he's in OneCoin. He used this as an enticement for you to click on. He's saying, yeah, you think OneCoin's a scam? Well, if OneCoin's a scam, then explain to me why their Alexa ranking is this or that and that. And the guy's he's a OneCoiner, okay? All right, we don't want to send people, tell people, hey, go check out somebody else's YouTube. All right, what we want to do, all right, so let's go back. All right, so I talked about the fact that it had the scam thing there, all right? Then I said, but even more of a challenge is if your prospect really digs and finds someone they resonate with on YouTube talking about OneCoin. So let's say they like OneCoin and decide to join they would likely join OneCoin with someone they resonated with on YouTube. You could very well be promoting OneCoin, but ultimately lose some of your prospects to a leader who has a lot of YouTube content about OneCoin. So, what would I suggest? Number one. All right, so first off, you see how we're letting them know, hey, the way you're marketing, you could be losing money, you could be losing recruits, all right? And then we were specific. We were specific as to one of the challenges of how they are currently marketing, all right? So now that we've given them value, let's give them a call to action. Let's give them a suggestion. So what would I suggest? Number one, instead of leading with your OneCoin offer, by the way, I could easily take that out with your Paycation offer, with your Visalis offer, with your weight loss, whatever, okay? Instead of leading with your OneCoin offer, lead in with a tool or a resource that anyone that is promoting anything would find valuable. In my business, I stopped leading in with my network marketing offer. That allows me to appeal to marketers of all stripes. This has greatly increased my pool of prospects. All right, now, right here, I just talked about my business, but I want to quickly turn it around and talk about what this could mean for his business or her business. This is a his in this case, okay? In your case, instead of only appealing to those interested in cryptocurrencies, you would be able to appeal to other marketers promoting other offers in other niches. Right now, you are limited to only those that have an interest in cryptocurrencies. Which would you prefer? Fishing in a small pond, only those interested in your niche? Or fishing in the ocean, appealing to any marketer marketing anything? All right? So you see how we're framing this? We're giving them value, okay? Number two, all right? He said I could give him a tip or two, all right? Number two, use a lead capture mechanism so you can capture the contact information of your prospect and get your prospect into your list. I noticed you used a BCC to get your message out. Any leader that is using the internet to promote their business would say, this person doesn't have a list. So having a list, now really what I'm saying here is that any leader that understands anything about marketing is not going to join this guy. That's just a reality. Because they're not going to feel like this person can bring value to them. Doesn't mean it's not a good guy. All right, but I can tell you that if someone were to send me, unless I already have a relationship with them, in this case, I know the name. They've probably been they're probably in my list somewhere. They probably have been on some of our webinars. I know the name, but I can't say that we have a bond. Okay. So if someone were to send me, and let's say I don't have a bond with them, and I see BCC. Even if I'm interested in the offer, it's likely that I'm not going to join them or buy from them. And not because I don't want to see them make money, but the bottom line is, what value does that person bring to my business? What value do I bring to your business? If I bring you no value, why would you spend time on a webinar with me? There'd be no reason to. If I don't bring you value, why would you follow me? There's no reason to. Okay? If I see someone using blind CC, then immediately in my mind, I'm thinking, they really can't do too much to help me progress my business. Now, a few months ago, I made a substantial purchase of a particular system because it was very clear that this person brought value and they knew something I didn't know. And I felt that if I were to link arms with them, that there was going to be something that I was going to learn from them that I could then turn around and bring more value to my audience. Keep this in mind. The marketplace rewards you for the value you bring to it. The marketplace rewards you for the value you bring to it, okay? So without saying it in those terms, that's really what I'm saying here, all right? Okay, so having a list building mechanism is absolutely essential. especially if you want a leader to go for your bait. One of my mentors taught me this. He said, in network marketing, you're one recruit away from an explosion. You're going to get a lot of onesies and twosies, but every now and then you're going to get someone that has influence, has a list, already has people following them, and then they may get disillusioned with what they're currently promoting, or they may be on the lookout for another offer. They like how you bring value to them, and then they wind up joining you, but when they join you, they may be joining you with a team. Okay? All right? Number 3, once your lead is in your list, you can start to bring them value. So now, when they are introduced to OneCoin, they are introduced to OneCoin from a friend as opposed to just some marketer. See, with the things that I've promoted, all right, anybody can always go, once they find out what the name of the offer is, and go to YouTube. But because I work very hard to build a responsive list, even if someone goes to YouTube, especially if they're a close follower of mine, and they watch some other people's YouTube content, they're more likely to join me as opposed to somebody else's content they saw, because they see me more as a friend. Even though I may have never met them, I've never met most of our followers, all right? But they see me as a friend. You want people to see you as a friend. Now, how do we do that? We provide value. We provide value. Instead of me trying to get him to switch what he's marketing, I'm saying, I've got a resource that can help you better market. Now, what I've already done here is I've highlighted things that I know he doesn't have. I already know he doesn't have a list building tool, or he wouldn't be doing a BCC. Okay? I already know that even if he had a list building tool, he would probably be struggling to provide valuable content on a consistent basis to stay in front of his audience, because many of us have never been taught that. And it takes a long time to develop a follow-up sequence, okay? All right, so now I continue. Now, up to a few weeks ago, I could have given you these tips, but didn't have a system that you could leverage that would do all of what I just suggested. A system that I have been in beta tester for has just launched. By the way, every single one of you that was in RAS up until last week, you can say you were a beta tester, because we had those few weeks where it was promoting a specific offer. You're a beta tester, okay? All right? A system that I have been a beta tester for just launched. It helps marketers get more leads, more sales, more recruits for whatever they are promoting. Do you think I have his attention? Sure, it could be that he's not even read this. It could be that he never reads it. But if he's read up to this point, you think I have his attention? You think I have his attention? See, I want people that's going to get into my system that it's not about the quantity of people, it's about the quality. All right, so I'm already framing what I want him to do in this value proposition where I'm giving him value. The system allows you to capture the lead. I just told him he needs a lead capture. He probably doesn't have one. I'm telling him, hey, I've got a solution for you. The system allows you to capture the lead and already has a generic autoresponder sequence, so you can provide your lead value. Okay? I probably should say your lead with value. Okay? You can then begin to share your offer with them once you have them in your list. So now this is congruent with the value I've already shared with him, the challenges I saw in his marketing. Lastly, be mindful. With them in your list, the majority of people will not join your offer. Hate to rain on your parade, but those are just the facts. Now, what am I saying here? I'm letting him know that, look, I'm not just some marketer talking about marketing stuff. I'm going to be real with you, all right? I'm going to be transparent with you. At best, you can expect 5% to join you, and even that may be high. So, you want to have in your income-producing portfolio a system that even if your leads don't join your primary business, you can generate revenue from those leads. As a matter of fact, with this system, even if everyone said no to your primary offer, you could still ultimately develop a 6 or 7 figure biz. Now, have we given this person value? If you feel like we've given them value, put a V in your questions box. If you feel like we've given them value, put a V in your questions box. For all of my razzers, you'll have this, and you can, massage it any way you want to, but you'll have this in writing at the latest on Monday. I'll have a video to cover this as well, okay? And then we'll have a few other ones, maybe not by Monday. There's basically 2 or 3 things that I see in the marketplace all day long where a person could basically just camp out at Facebook and see where somebody's screwing up with marketing, they're marketing wrong, and do a copy and a paste and just, put their offer in there and start creating some relationships in social media that ultimately lead to people wanting to do business with you. And in many cases, what people notice, I haven't said anything about any offer I'm promoting other than I can help you. In many cases, what you'll get is people will say, hey, by the way, what are you promoting? What is your offer? And that's really what you want. You want to lead in with something generic that provides value, a tool or resource, hopefully a tool or resource that can make you some money even if they don't buy or join, and build that relationship so that ultimately they're saying, well, by the way, what are you promoting? And there you already have someone who just about has joined you, because the reality is people don't really join companies. They join one of 2 things. They either join people or they join systems. What I'm suggesting to you, those of you who already have RAS, those of you who don't have it yet, but we'll share with you how you can take our tour and see if RAS is for you, okay? For those of you that will have RAS, I'm saying you have both. You have a phenomenal system, but now take something like what we're sharing tonight and then what I'll share, what I'll release on Monday for our Razzers, and use this, as you see people marketing wrong. Some of you have the time to where, for the time being, this could be a primary way that you generate some really solid leads. And it's not about, did you get 20 leads, 50 leads today? Did you get 2 or 3 good, solid ones that got this message and now they're going through your system and they're more apt to do business with you, okay? All right, so now I give them a call to action, all right? Go here, take a tour of the system. Now, real quickly, I didn't have time to do this, all right? One thing that I would suggest that you do is that you actually go and get tie this maybe to a domain name. For those of you that have RAS, you'll understand this if you've been around for more than a week, if you've watched any of our training. What I did was I populated a specific link so that anyone that I respond to in this fashion via email, I'll know that they opted in via my email reverse marketing. I've got a separate link for my Facebook reverse marketing. All right, so this is a reverse marketing technique when someone is promoting something to you, especially when they do it wrong, as most people will, where you can provide value to them, and a percentage of those folks, not everyone, but a percentage of those folks are going to opt into your system. And even if they don't join your primary offer, if they get the system because of how they see the system is set up, that's going to generate some revenue and potentially some huge revenue. All right, so look at what I then tell them. I say, when you go to the link, watch the first video, opt in, and then go through the first module to fully get a sense of how the system will aid you in getting more leads, sales, and recruits. Make sure you take advantage of the Tripwire offer. There is a video, there's a training module, and at the end of that training module, it says take advantage of the Tripwire offer. So I'm already framing for him to take advantage of the Tripwire offer, okay? That'll do it for now. See you on the inside. By the way, up here I said, go here to take a tour of the system. This is not to get you to stop promoting OneCoin. Very important. I don't want him to think that I'm trying to get him to stop promoting OneCoin or whatever his deal happens to be. It is to help you ultimately get more leads, more sales, more recruits for your OneCoin biz. And again, I can swap this out. I always swap that out with whatever their offer happens to be. All right. Much success, Doc. Now, I could have put, if I wanted to put Facebook stuff, I could have done all of that. But really, I really just want one call to action, which is this right here. Go here. Go here. Okay? All right. Now, I did this right before we got on the webinar in terms of sending this particular post to him. Real quickly, if you were on Facebook, if you saw someone doing an email and you sent a post like this, and especially for those of you who said, I've got a little time. If you went to a Facebook group, maybe you're in a network marketing company now, all right? If you went to a Facebook group in the network marketing company that you're in right now and you saw marketers screwing it up, marketing it wrong, do you think if you just did some copying and pasting, that you could get into some conversations with some marketers and then get them to come and opt into your RAS system? If anybody believes that can happen, put a Y in your questions box. Especially if we provided the content where all you had to do was copy and paste or, massage it just a little bit. Okay? All right. Now, what marketers out there? So think about what we've done here. Okay? We lead in with generic. Okay? So instead of my daddy can beat your daddy, it's more, hey, here's a system, here's a tool, here's a resource that can help you get more leads, more sales, more recruits. What do we know every network marketer out there wants more of? More leads, more sales, more recruits. All right? So we're tapping into a pain point, the fact that most people don't have enough leads. They're not making enough sales. They don't have enough recruits. Okay? We're leading in with something that's generic. This allows us to now fish in the ocean versus a small pond. The reality is, and we'll start talking about this on our Tuesday night webinars, which is only for our RAS family. Okay? We do Thursdays for anybody. All right, we'll start talking about this for our RAS folks. We're going to be talking about, this is just one way to get good leads, a Facebook leads method. So we'll probably start talking about that at least at the beginning, some foundation next Tuesday. All right, and so the whole idea is to be able to fish in a big ocean instead of a small pond, provide value to other marketers so that, because see, who else did this? Who else did that? It's rare that you see anyone doing this. You see people coming back with their offer, and all they're doing is yelling at each other. My daddy can beat your daddy. Versus now bringing value. So now you're going to have a fresh approach when you're dealing with marketers in the marketplace. Okay. Now with that fresh approach, you've given them some value. All right. So we led with generic. We gave them value. Okay. We acknowledged, however you spell acknowledged, what they are promoting. Now see, keep this in mind, okay? We know that 95% of the folks in the marketplace are struggling. So understand that, 95% of the folks in the marketplace are struggling. However, what they are promoting, we don't know how they feel about what they're promoting. They may be just joined last week. They just put out money for this last week. They had to convince their wife, they had to convince their husband, their significant other, to let them join another one because they've joined 17 things in the last 16 months and none of them have worked out. Okay? So right now, what I know this person is interested in is cryptocurrencies, OneCoin. For me to come at him with some other offer that doesn't help him build OneCoin, there's going to be the walls. What we want to do is engender cooperation versus competition. So we acknowledge what he was promoting to engender, if I spell this right, I may not, engender cooperation versus competition. Okay? All right? All right, did we say value? Yep, we said value. Okay? All right, so, and then we give a clear call to action, CTA. A clear call to action, but you know what, I should say this, a clear value-based call to action. We now have given them a clear value-based call to action. All right, and that value-based call to action, because we started off leading in with value, we told him, because he gave us permission, we told him what he really wants to implement in his marketing, lead capture mechanism. We already know he probably doesn't have one, all right, because he didn't send us to a lead capture page, and he sent us about a BCC, blind carbon copy. We said, hey, once that lead is in your list, now you can talk to them about your OneCoin business, and you need, what else did we tell him? Let me see, fair lead capture mechanism. Oh, and we told him that you really want to have something that is generic. You know, you lead in with a tool or resource, so on and so forth, okay? So now we give him our call to action. All right, so now, as we start to round third, and then we'll get into an optional Q&A here in just a few minutes. I know that Queen had to leave us. She had another engagement, so give me just a moment. We'll get into Q&A. All right, so let's give you, those of you that do not have RAS, a call to action, okay? All right, so what I sent him to was a page that looks like this. It already says more leads, more sales, more recruits. Discover how to get paid to make money. Simply nothing like it works with any product, service, or program. So that reaffirms what I've already said. He's going to put his name and cell phone number in there. And what our system does that's unique, that's different from any other system out there, is that when someone opts into your RAS system, okay, that lead is solely yours. Meaning, if, let's say that someone opted into your RAS system, all right? You're Judy. They opted into Judy's RAS system. And then I'd come along and I'd tell them to go to this web page, and then they opt into my web page with their cell phone number. Guess what? The system is going to recognize that this lead opted into Judy's system and not mine. All right, so it's called a keep what you capture. And the reason that's important is that what tends to happen, as we've already talked about, is that my Joe and Susie averages, they lose recruits, sales, money, because people go to YouTube and they headhunt for a sponsor. And when they so you promoted the idea, then someone went to YouTube and they found another sponsor and you didn't even know they joined, okay? Our system levels the playing field. So if you're the first person to get them into the reverse advertising system, the RAS funnel, they are forever locked to you as it relates to our RAS funnel. So if they wind up even 3 months from now getting RAS, all right, because they saw my video on YouTube, but they opted into your system first, guess what? When they get RAS 3 months from now, you're the one that's getting the referral credit. Now, I won't get into the compensation, because if you don't have RAS now, the person that got you to tonight's webinar has a RAS link. They'll get you their RAS link, all right? And so you're going to go through, you're going to put your name in. Watch this video, it's like 2 minutes. You're going to put your name in. There's going to be a 12-minute video, value-based video, powerful video. At the end of that video, there's going to be a tripwire offer. Don't have time to talk about what a tripwire offer is, but we cover that in the video itself. Take advantage of that tripwire offer so that you can now have the entire tour open up to you, so you can see exactly how the system is going to help you get more leads, more sales, and more recruits for whatever it is that you are promoting. So here is the call to action for those of you who do not have RAS. Number one, some of you have started the tour, and particularly if you started the tour before we made the modifications last week, all right? I want you to go to rasupdate.com. Enter the same phone number. If you remember your PIN code, great. If you don't, you can ask the system to give you the PIN code, all right? And what you're now going to see is the new messaging that has nothing to do with any other offer. It's not promoting any other offer. It is a 100% generic system designed to help you build anything that you want to build. We just had a huge a feature that was added yesterday. I still have to do some training on it for our existing audience, and we'll start probably doing that sometime early next week. That's going to actually allow you, whatever it is you're promoting, you're going to actually be able to create a mobile capture page to promote whatever it is that you are promoting. Okay, I can tell you, I purchased a license to do that a few months ago. That was $2,500. Well worth it. Well, you're not going to put out $2,500. Okay, you're going to get that new feature. We call it the light feature. You can't go out and produce an unlimited number of capture pages. I can with my $2,500 outlay, but for something far less than $2,500, you can produce a capture page for whatever it is that you are promoting. And I'm going to tell you this. We're going to show you how to leverage that too. If you're promoting something now in some type of network marketing venture, particularly how by having a mobile capture page, because you'll probably be the first in your network marketing company to have such a capture page. So you're going to have a lot of people in your network marketing company saying, hey, how did you do that? How did you get that? They're going to go through your RAS system. You're going to be able to monetize that relationship even if they're not on your team without doing any cross recruiting. All right, now, if you've never taken our RAS tour, all right, you've never opted in, you need to take the tour. All right, and so what I want you to do is I want you to get back to the person that got you on this webinar and ask them for their RAS link. Okay, so someone got you here. Maybe someone sent you a text message about today's webinar. There was a decent number of you that said this is the first time you've been on our webinars. Maybe they sent you an email. Simply retrace your steps. All right, simply retrace your steps. As a worst case, and only as a worst case, you could send an email to reverseadvertisingsystem@gmail.com. I only want you sending this. I really want you to go to the person that invited you to tonight's webinar. Okay, retrace your steps. There are some of you that were following us with a promotional offer that we let the world know that we were going to put that on the back burner because of non-performance. And so maybe you're part of that following and you know about RAS and you need a RAS link, okay? This is really only for that group, okay? So you can send an email here and you can say orphan, and we'll get a link to someone who's actively promoting RAS, actively coming to the webinars and things of that nature, okay? All right. So with that being said, I'm finished with our content for this evening. Now, real quickly, last time before you put in questions, if you got value out of tonight's webinar, give me a capital V. Fantastic. 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 Okay. Hey, Theo, do me a favor. I just saw your question. Theo, hit me here. Okay. I can tell you, Theo, tonight I'm not going to get to it, but I will definitely make sure I look at it tomorrow. Okay. All right. All right. So now what we're going to do, let's get into Q&A. So this is the time to put your questions in. Okay. This is the time to put your questions in. All right. Question comes in. Someone says, how much is RAS? All of us sign a non-disclosure agreement or NDA, and that NDA prevents us from talking about pricing. Go through the system. The system will reveal all the details. Okay. And by the way, one rationale behind that NDA is that just as we've seen how many marketers, not knowing any better, market wrong. One of the ways that people market wrong is when they start talking about pricing before their prospect has completely seen value. I'll give you a good example. I was on a webinar a few months ago, and I saw something in Facebook. I saw a great Facebook ad and the person was talking about how for every $1 they spend in Facebook advertising, they generate an average of $3 to $4. All right, so $1 makes $3 to $4. Okay, so I've done Facebook advertising, but I haven't gotten those types of results in my Facebook paid marketing. So I said, shoot, I want to get on this webinar. So I get on the webinar, and they start telling us, what they're doing with Facebook, and they start telling us about a particular offer. It was a high ticket offer. Why they're able to generate the type of revenue they're able to generate. And had they led off the webinar talking about how much that offer was, which was $5,000, then I'd have closed out. I wasn't looking to spend $5,000. But by the time I went through the webinar, it was so much value. I got the product. It's $5,000. I got the product, not even caring about the product. I got the product to be associated with those dudes. And I haven't even sold the product. Okay, I'm a reseller of the product. I haven't really even sold the product. I did it to be a part of those dudes. But had they led off with a $5,000 offer, I never would have been on the webinar. Okay, so that NDA also helps to protect marketers who don't know that they shouldn't be talking about pricing from talking about pricing. You never want to talk about pricing because it's never really an issue of price anyway. It's an issue of value. If I see the value, whether I have the money today or not, I'm going to come up with the money if I see it being valuable enough. All right, so great question, but that's going to always be the answer, NDA. All right, give me a moment. Oh, you're still with me? Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get a link for Tuesday's webinar for those. No, okay, back up. All right, so Tuesday, and we let our audience know what we were doing on Tuesdays is we were using the same link. We had a Tuesday and Thursday webinar, and what we were doing is that particular offer that I keep talking about without mentioning the name. We would talk about that offer on Tuesday, and then we would come back and we would do a live webinar like we're doing tonight on Thursday. Well, since we've put that other offer on the back burner until they come through, if they ever come through, what we decided to do was to take Tuesday night and speak directly to those that already have RAS so that they can maximize having RAS. So we have a totally different webinar link for Tuesday night. So Tuesday night is only for our RASers. Then Thursday night is for anyone. All right. Now we'll always talk on Thursday night on how RAS can help you do this or that or that or this, whatever your marketing persuasion happens to be. But we'll always talk about RAS because my belief is that this is the most innovative marketing tool or resource that we've seen since the launch of email autoresponders, which however long that's been. Okay. I believe this is going to impact your business far more than even email autoresponders. Now, if you opted in for the RAS webinars on Tuesdays, I know I saw in our private community a few folks saying, hey, I never got the link. I don't know why that is because you should have gotten the link. But get into your RAS system. Just go down to Surfboard and you'll see we did post that link. And you now should also be in a different email list so that when we have that webinar, we'll also post that particular webinar link on Tuesdays, okay? Okay. Okay, well, what you want to have, give me a moment. All right, so someone is asking, how do you send out to your list if you don't have BCC? Well, BCC is not a list, okay? BCC is just simply, you've got people that you've got email addresses for. So from an email perspective, you want to have an email autoresponder. And so what happens is you capture leads. So you would need to have a lead capture system plus your email autoresponder. So I'll say EA, email autoresponder. So what happens is you have a capture page where someone goes to your capture page and you need to give them something of value up front for them to give you their name and email address, or sometimes it's just their email address. All right, that's the lead capture page system. And then they now go into your autoresponder. So now you have a list that could get into the hundreds, the thousands, the tens of thousands. So when you send out one email, everybody in that associated list, and it could be multiple lists. I've got a large number of lists in my email list. And what happens, Queen, is I just tell the system which lists I want this email to go to. And so anytime I send out an email, I'm sending out an email to at least thousands of people. And there is no BCC, all right? Now, prior to RAS, what I would have been recommending is get a lead capture page software. There's a number of them. My favorite one is $97 a month. Well worth it, all right? $97 a month. I've got their upgrade at $297 a month, okay? And I use it every day in my business. Those of you that are in our list and when you see us send out a recorded webinar or what have you, I'm using that particular system. But because I use so much of the system, I had to upgrade to the higher element. My email autoresponder, that's going to be based on the number of leads you have in your system. You probably can start off at $20, $25 a month. But then ultimately, as you have a few thousand leads and a few tens of thousands of leads, that email autoresponder gets more and more. So I can tell you right now, for all of my email list building tools, I'm at roughly $400 a month, okay? I'm at roughly $400 a month. Now, do I look at that as a good expense, Queen, or a bad expense? A phenomenal expense, all right? Because I make so much more than what my outlay happens to be. But so here's the problem with most of us in MLM and network marketing. We've been taught wrong. Not your fault. We've been taught wrong. We spend a lot more money on the offer. We spend a lot more money on the auto ship. We spend a lot more money on the monthly subscription than we do the real tools that help us to build the real business. The real business is not OneCoin in this example. The real business is your responsive list. Now, if someone was starting off, I would say start off with RAS. RAS is certainly not $400 a month, okay? But I would have you to start off with RAS because what we have seen in our testing for 3 years now is that a mobile marketing list is far more responsive than an email marketing list. Plus, you already have a built-in lead capture mechanism and a daily follow-up sequence. It was interesting, Queen. I did a over-my-shoulder training today. I've got to go through and edit it and render it and what have you. But I did an over-the-shoulder training that I'm going to be posting for our RAS folks here in the coming days. And I was going through some of my leads, all right? And I noticed there was one lead that they're in the system. They've been in the system for 2 months or a little more than a month, whenever we launched RAS. So it's not been quite 2 months. But whenever we launched RAS, even with the when it talked about a particular offer. And every now and then, so the system sends out a text message to them every single day. All right, we call it a value vault message. And as I went through, I noticed even though they haven't gotten the system yet, they would respond every few days. They would respond, and this is what they said today, Queen. They said, "Doc," all right, because the system sent out an autoresponder message, and it basically asked the question, "Hey, I noticed you haven't gotten the system yet. Are you still with me?" And guess what they said? They said, "Doc, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. I just have to take care of this or that and what have you. But I'm getting the system real soon, or something like as soon as I get paid, or something like that." Okay. All right. I didn't have to do anything other than have them to opt in. The system did all that other stuff. Okay, so I would say if you don't already have a lead capture page system for emails, and you don't already have an email autoresponder, start with RAS. Let's start making you some money with RAS. All right, when you go through the tour, you'll find the 4 ways that RAS pays. Look, Queen, it took a while, but there's that lyrical miracleness coming through, the 4 ways that RAS pays. Okay, so let's start making you some money in RAS, and then ultimately we come and we also get an email autoresponder system as well, so that you're building both a mobile marketing list as well as an email list. Next question. No. No. You don't want them to do tour RAS without doing the survey. What someone is alluding to is when you come through RAS, there is a what I've referred to as a tripwire offer, and then when the person does the tripwire offer, they then complete a survey. You definitely want that. That is one of the biggest hallmarks of the system. Let me show you something real quickly of what we mean by this. I won't show anybody's name. I was given 15 minutes, so we're getting close to that probably. Okay. So give me just a moment. Okay, all right. So what they're talking about here is there is a survey that folks are going to fill out. This is golden. All right, we're going to teach you how to really leverage this. This is golden. All right, so now what happens is a person comes in, they fill out the survey. Now this is one of my leads. They fill out the survey. What do I know? I know that they're in internet marketing. I know that they've tried a lot of stuff, right? Affiliate marketing, info marketing, internet business, network marketing, MLM, eBay, high ticket offers, stock investing, real estate investing, business investing. Now, what does this tell me? They have been in search mode, all right? And if they haven't found what they're looking for yet, they're in search mode, all right? They're in search mode. So they've got a lot of things they've tried, and it's likely that nothing's really panned out for them just yet, all right? And I say likely because for 95% of the folks, nothing's panned out, all right? I don't know if they gave me good answers right here. You know, they say they spent $100,000 on business or money-making programs. Very well could have. They say they spent $100,000 in advertising. I don't know they spent that much. But here's the thing. We can come through. They tell me they want to make $100,000 a month. All right? The question, the system asks, well, what would you do with that money? Oh, well, they would travel. Now we get to see some of the hot buttons. All right? What would be important to them. Then where they would travel to. By the way, if you were in a travel offer, wouldn't you want to know that they're interested in traveling? Wouldn't you want to know where they would be interested in traveling to? All right, I'm not in a travel offer, but if you were in a travel offer, okay. We know they've got credit card debt because of them doing the survey. We know other things that they like to do. Let's see here. We know the most they've ever made is $50,000, but they want to make $100,000 a month. Okay, well, that's nice to say, but that means we got to go to work. And if you want to make $100,000 a month, then to be honest with you, I don't want to hear you crying saying I don't have money to do this or money to do that. Well, do you want to make $100,000 a month or not? You're going to have to make some type of investment in your business, right? Okay. Now, of course, I would never say that, all right, but I want to get a feel for who my prospect is. And they will even share with you, I'll move past this because I didn't want to show their name, all right? They'll even share with you what they're already marketing, if they're already marketing something, so you can get a sense of what they're marketing. Why would you ever not want to have this data? Queen, this is so valuable. So nobody can go through our entire system, even I, Queen, all right? And I actually am the one that developed this particular funnel. All right, I'm not the mastermind behind the whole system, but I developed this particular funnel. Guess what, Queen? Guess what I had to do as the funnel designer? I had to go through it the same way, and the actual developer of the system told me, and you better answer properly. So yes, yes. And the other thing this allows us to do, this allows us to get a sense of this particular marketer. I already know that this marketer, and I know who this person happens to be. I'm not showing their name. This is the marketer that has followed me for years. All right. So I already know, Queen, that with all the things they've tried, I know they're struggling. I know them. Good people. Now, even if I didn't know them, this right here tells me, man, they're trying a whole lot of stuff. And if I went to the website that they gave me, and if all of a sudden I see there's no lead capture page, I see they're just sending me to the offer, I already know they're struggling. And so now we can leverage this survey. By the way, even if we did nothing, let me tell you what our system would do. Every question in the survey, our autoresponder has at least 2 answers to, or 2 follow-up messages. And so what I got today was several of my leads had been in the system, and they said, I want to make $10,000 a month, or $50,000 a month, or $100,000 a month, or $5,000 a month. And so the message that some of my leads got today, because they had been in the system long enough, said, hey, you said on your application, on your survey, you wanted to make $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month. How is that going? Are you at that $10,000 a month yet? And guess what, Queen? I got people answering back, no, not quite, not yet. So what does that do? That allows us to have a text conversation. All right, and if you want to even move that conversation over to, start a text, and maybe, you continue that conversation over on Facebook or Skype or what have you, okay? That allows us to build a responsive list. So, Queen, I think that's it for tonight, right? Mm-hmm. They have disrespected every single one of us. That's the bottom line. Thank you, Queen. They have disrespected every single one of us in that they haven't done what they said they were going to do, and they've not communicated with us. So why put good time after bad time? Meaning we've spent a lot of time promoting that offer. We spent a lot of time talking to folks. We spent a lot of time with webinars. They haven't done their end. They've not upheld their end of the bargain. If they do, we can always come back to it. But our time and your time is better served really working on what your real business is, which is not any individual offer. Your business is you working on you and working on your following. Now, we did have, I think it was at Queen 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, where we let everybody know what we were doing. We gave them a chance, Queen, don't you think? We gave them a shot. 6 months almost. Yeah, 6 months. Yep. And at this point, Queen, as far as I'm concerned, they've broken trust. And when anytime somebody breaks trust, they got to regain it. They got to come through. Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna post this here. So Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. These are RAS member only webinars. Okay. Okay. This is marketing training webinars on Thursday nights, open to any guest promoting anything. Okay. Now, it will always have a RAS perspective because we're going to show people how to leverage RAS to build whatever it is that they are looking to build. All right. So it is going to have a RAS slant. And what this also allows existing RAS members to do is to provide more value to their opt-ins, to their following, to their Facebook folks, to their Twitter folks. It allows you to bring to bring value to your following by saying, hey, jump on this marketing training. Even if a person did not get RAS, should they have found value? If nothing else, nobody coming from tonight's webinar should ever send out an email or a Facebook or a text or anything, sending someone to somebody else's YouTube channel. Never do that. Now, we'll show you, probably won't get a chance to do it on Thursdays, on Tuesday nights, and maybe somebody remind me. All right, remind me to do this. If you found a good YouTube video and you wanted to use that, we can show you how to easily get that YouTube video and post it on your YouTube channel with your YouTube information, not somebody else's. Okay, so somebody remind me on Tuesday. Hey, show me how to do that. It's a free download software, and it allows you to basically, if it's a YouTube video, if it's a Vimeo video, how you can basically take that video, save it on your own computer, and then load that up to your own YouTube channel. So now, if it's like a presentation video like that OneCoin one was, this person could have loaded it on their own YouTube channel, put their links there, so at least you weren't sending someone to someone else's channel with their links. Okay. Thank you. Getting a lot of kudos over there in the questions box. Queen, I'm finished. You say what you were going to say. Good. And for our now this is the webinar that was recorded and will be available for all of our audience. So we'll be sending this out. It may or may not go out tomorrow. As a worst case, probably later in the day on Sunday. I take Saturdays off. Later in the day, Sunday afternoon, as a worst case. This should go out to all of our audience, if not before. With that being said, everyone have a rastastic evening. You've been amazing. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Have a rastastic weekend. Good night, everyone.